This is Samantha Cosper. I am your current Cassville Community Teachers Association president, and I wanted to make a little video to talk to you about MSTA, the Missouri State Teachers Association. All public school employees are eligible to become a member of MSTA, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that organization and what it does so that you can decide if becoming a member is something that you want to do. So their website is a great resource if you have questions. It's very easy to navigate. It's msta.org, and they have videos on almost every single page that are real short that you can watch. On their main page, they've got all kinds of stuff about school reopening, COVID-19, because that's the life we're all living right now. Um, and under membership, we're gonna talk a little bit about benefits. Um, and you can navigate this yourself and look at what there is to offer. These are the big benefits of becoming an MSTA member. I'm gonna move me over there. The first one, discounts and deals. They offer a lot of discounts for cell phone providers, travel, lots of different things. I personally have not been out of Berry County since March, I think, so I haven't needed any travel discounts, but insurance, I know I have a dental insurance plan that I purchased through MSTA that is really affordable. So there's just a lot of options there. Um, there are member service coordinators. We have member coordinators in every area of the state. And our member coordinator, her name is Marka Hader, and she lives in Willard. And so she comes down and visits several times a year to just talk with us about what's going on, help us if there's any issues. But in addition to that, they spend a lot of time in Jefferson City with our Missouri legislators, trying to make sure that the decisions that they're making on behalf of public education in Missouri actually benefits public education in Missouri. So having that advocacy component is very helpful and very important. We know that Missouri public education retirement is always a topic that gets brought up every legislative session. We have a very healthy retirement, and people want to dip their fingers into that. And so one of the things that MSTA advocates for is the protection of that retirement system, among lots of other things. I've been very busy with COVID-19 lately. Legal services, they have a legal team that is at your disposal when or if you need it, whether it be you need legal representation or you just have a question. You can call or email them and they will answer it for you. And they do a really great job of helping our members when it if or when it that comes to be an issue that you might need legal services for. Um, Probably the biggest benefit that I believe MSTA offers as a public education employee is the liability insurance. If you have a role where you work with children, that is a vulnerable position to lawsuits. We every day we help these someone else's little baby come to school and learn and do things, and so it really doesn't matter if you're a classroom teacher, a bus driver, an aide, secretary. If you are dealing with children, you can be sued at any time by anybody for anything. Doesn't mean that they will win, but it does mean that you are in a vulnerable position. And so that liability coverage that MSTA offers is a $2 million occurrence-based policy. So if you were to find yourself in a situation, different situations throughout the years, that they're going to cover you by occurrence. So not only do they offer that $2 million liability insurance, but they also would provide you with an attorney in that situation if you needed it. The other insurance that they offer is a $10,000 accidental death or dismemberment policy, and that covers you 24 hours a day. So it doesn't matter if something tragic like that were to happen at school or at home or on your way to and from. It's a $10,000 policy, and those policies pay out very quickly. So very often families are able to use that policy to pay for any kind of funeral services if that's something that unfortunately occurs. This is a new benefit, personal identity coverage. So if your identity is stolen and someone is, using your good credit to do bad things, they offer some income protection services and some legal help if that were to happen. They also offer a lot of publications, um, both virtually, and then there's an actual magazine. I think I have one here, but they offer a magazine that I thought I had one, but I don't, that you'll get in the mail, and it deals with all public education issues. And so it's really fun to read because they highlight a lot of things that are going on that are great in Missouri schools all across the state. So it's really neat to read. They have been very active, MSTA has, on publishing short little videos online about different things through this COVID-19 time. As you know, the president and Congress has come out with different federal acts like the CARES Act and those kinds of things that are a little confusing and hard to read. MSTA, their legal team goes in, looks through all of that, and then deciphers it for us to better understand what does that mean? What does sick leave look like? Um, what are those new changes and policies going? How are they going to affect me as a public education employee? So those are the big benefits of being an MSTA member. And in addition, in this, I'm going to send out an email. You're going to get this sheet of paper. And this is kind of our information sheet for how do you become a member. So if you're interested, I know a lot of you are already MSTA members, so you'll be renewing. But if you are new, we would love to have you be an MSTA member. And so you will be joining. And Patty Ewing, who is in the intermediate building, she is our membership chair. So any paperwork that you might happen to have, if you decide to go the paper route, all of that goes to her, and she takes care of making sure that it gets turned in. But if you are renewing or joining, you have two options. The easiest one is online, and you will do that through the MSTA website, and there's a link right into that form. So you just go there and you can scroll down and it will show you the different types of membership and their prices. So if you're returning, if you're a very first time member for teacher, if you are a non-certified staff, so bus drivers, secretaries, custodians, substitutes, teachers' aides, this would be you. And all of these membership fees are annual, so it's for the whole year. And you would just click join now, and then you would go through that process of completing your online membership. If you encounter any issues, right up here, MSTA member care. These people are awesome. If you have trouble logging in, if you're not understanding something, you can call this number or email them, and they will walk you through it individually. Let you get the help that you might need depending on what challenge you're having. They are great. But one of the great things about doing the online option is that you can pay all at once if you want to, or you can spread it out for the remainder of the year. So it can, very quickly become a very small monthly payment that's being deducted from you can either do an e-check or a credit card. So that makes it a little bit less of a financial burden to have this type of coverage and to be a part of this association. So that's the easiest way, is to do online. You don't need to do anything else. Just go on, complete your membership. We do everything is done through there. We don't collect any of your payment information. It's all done through the system. Now, if you are renewing, you have to renew your membership this year. Even if you marked auto pay last year, they've changed the system, so nobody is auto pay. Nobody's membership is being auto renewed. Everyone will have to go through this process. We do ask that after you've completed the online process, you give Patty shoot her an email that says, "Hey, I've completed my MSTA membership." We have a list that we keep track of just to try to make sure that that we know who's joined, and we get a list of who our members were last year versus this year. And so then if maybe you've forgotten, we can knock on your door and make sure that you don't miss that opportunity to join if that was something that you wanted to do. If you are not an online person, if doing things online is not your thing and you don't want to put your information in, we understand that as well. And so you do have another option, which This part gets a little bit confusing for our people who are returning who might have been payroll deduct through the school. You should have gotten an email from MSTA for something that they called a DocuSign document. And so you would have electronically signed off to MSTA to go ahead and sign you back up for that automatic payroll deduction. This is new. And so normally we would have taken care of that in-house, but now MSTA is taking care of that. And that would only be if you were payroll deducted through the district last year. If you did not get that, you can contact member care and they will send you a new one. You might check your junk mail or spam folder because it might have went there. If you don't want to mess with that, you can also just fill out the paper membership form. So this is also for anybody who is new. If you don't want to do the online thing, we will have these. It looks like this. It's kind of long. It's got lots of different layers. But we will have these at August 17th, back to school day, and we'll have them available in your lounges after that. Um, and you can complete this, and you can mark payroll deduct on here. You'll need to make sure this goes through that process. If you do payroll deduct through the district, it can only be for 6 months. So if you're wanting to spread it out longer, you'll need to do the online through MSTA website option. But if you're wanting it to be deducted from your paycheck by the district, you would mark, it starts in October and it will go for 6 months. So depending on your membership fee will depend on how much is deducted. These paper forms go to Patty at the intermediate building. So Patty Ewing will collect these. You do have to designate a payment on here. So whether it be, we ask that you don't turn in cash. That is just, we don't want to be liable for that. We don't want to lose your money on accident. Back to school time is crazy. But check, you can put credit card information on here if you want, or you can mark payroll deduct. And all that information is on here to kind of walk you through that process. So that's a lot of information, but I wanted you to have the opportunity to join MSTA if that's something that you want to do. I've been an MSTA member for many, many years. I think when I first joined, I just joined because someone I loved and trusted said, you need to be a member of MSTA. And I didn't really know what I was getting for my membership, but I knew that they knew what they were talking about and I better join. But now that I've been involved, I truly understand the benefit of this organization and the protection that it offers to me as a public school employee. So if you have any questions, the second page of this information document has all of our leadership team members for CCTA and what building they're in. So if you are confused or you don't understand and you're not, in Patty's building or in my building, any of these people can help you. Just go knock on their classroom door and ask them for the help that you need, or you can always contact MSTA. They're great to work with. And I hope that you all have a great school year.